Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to Pure Sims Fashion Channel. We are always trying our best to give you amazing contents. Always, please, if you are new to the channel, kindly remember to click on the subscribe button as you help us on our way to 200 subscribers. So, first, before we go into today's video, we want to first of all appreciate you guys. For those that have subscribed, at least we have been able to hit the 100 subscriber mark, and now we are the road to 200 subscriber is on. Please kindly help us in achieving this milestone as well. Please remember to subscribe and leave a like on the video. Now today I want to show you how to make the trouser design that you saw in the thumbnail to the video. There is nothing really special. It's just regular trouser with extended waistband. You understand? So the first thing we are going to do is to give our fabric a proper iron. So this is the material I want to use for the waistband, and presently the total width of this fabric is about 7.25 inches, and the length that I have here is very long. Like, in fact, it's longer than my tape rope, but I'm not going to use everything. The reason why the length is long is because you know the kind of design we're trying to make, so we need to have excess of it. It's better for it to be in excess than for it not to be sufficient. So I am going to take about maybe 50 inches of this, and this is 7.25, right? So I'm still going to divide it into two, so it will now be 3.75 or something, or maybe 3.6 or so. So but before I do that, before I divide it into two, I'm going to attach stay to it just to give it some strength. Okay. I'll go ahead and attach the stay now. I went ahead to attach the stay. Now the next thing is to fold. As you can see, I've already folded this fabric into two equal halves, so I'm going to split it into two now. So after splitting it into two, the next thing is that you are going to decide how wide you want your waistband to be. I want my waistband to be about 2 inches wide. Okay, so that means generally I need that 2 inches, right? And I need ½ inch for sewing allowance. Then on the other side I need 2 inches and another ½ inch for sewing allowance. So in total it means I need 5 inches. But I want to use waistband, this ready-made waistband, for the inner part of the waistband. So now it means I need the 2½ inches, that is 2 inches for the width and ½ inch for the sewing allowance. Then aside that, I'm going to need some bit of fabric that I'm going to fold inwards before attaching that ready-made waistband. So now let's first of all know what is here. We have 3.65 here in total, so I actually need 2½ first. All right, so I'm going to measure the 2.5 and fold the rest inside like this. So I'm going to fold this waistband now, but I'm not going to fold it into 2 equal halves. One part will be 2.5 inches wide and the other part will be whatever is left after the 2.5 inches. So the folding will be on the right side, not on the wrong side. That is, right side will be outside. Okay, so I'll go ahead and do the folding now. So now that we have gone ahead to do this folding, I hope you can see what I did. You see this part, this is the excess that is left. That is why you will see that it's not as wide as this one. So this is the 2.5 inches. Let's measure it and confirm. So you can see this is 2.5 inches. So now that we are done with this one, we are going to put this aside for now. Okay, so this is the trouser we are trying to make, and already I have attached the zip, and to some extent I have attached the zip flap. In fact, I have made the trouser to a reasonable extent. It's just for us to attach this waistband and then I can go ahead to finish it. So the next thing we are going to do now is that we are going to iron some of these things so that we'll be able to get a clear line. That line is what we are going to use to guide ourselves. I have not uploaded any video on how to sew a trouser. I only uploaded video on how to cut it, and just be patient with me, guys, please. I'm going to upload a video on how to sew a proper English trouser. As you can see, this is not a proper English trouser because it does not have lining, but we want to use some of the process of a proper English trouser to achieve this waistband. The method I'm trying to teach now is a little bit different from the one we are used to, the one you see around. In fact, aside this method, I also have another method to achieve this thing, okay, without using a buttonhole, right? But that one is a little bit complex. Not too complex, but a little bit complex. I will bring that video another day. But today, let's just work with this. So please, like I was saying, be patient with me with the concerning the trouser making video. To actually create content for YouTube is not easy, especially when you are a fashion designer. You are always busy, super busy. So I just try to create a little time to be able to do this. So just be patient with me, guys. I know what I'm supposed to do, so I'll do the right thing. So now, this one that I'm ironing now is the one that is going to be underneath, alright? So if we are using a proper English trouser, the process might be different, but since this is not a proper English trouser and we're trying to achieve what you're trying to achieve, so what I did now is to fold it. I aligned it with this one that is already here. This, this is where I attached it to the main trouser, right? So I am just trying to fold this to align with this, so that when I want to stitch in front, the stitch will be able to hold the two together. So what I need majorly is this crisp line here, this gator here. That's what I need majorly, and that is why I'm doing the ironing now. Okay, so now that I have done that, now let's come to the upper flap now. So I'm going to make this one lay the way I want it to be. All right. Okay, so, and I'm going to iron it too to get that crisp line. Please, if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, kindly do so, and please remember to leave a like button. It does not cost. Remember to click the like button. Don't mind me. It does not cost anything. It actually helps with the algorithm and it helps promote what we are trying to do. So you can see this crisp line here now. So these two, we've gotten it. Now we are going to go to the sewing machine and begin to attach the waistband to the trouser. Before we do that, this trouser, I am actually, because the measurement of this person that I have is not very tight, like it's not going to really grip his waist like that. So in order to avoid story that touch, I am going to use attach belt strap to it too, so that he can be able to use it in two ways. If this one works for him without the need for belt, fine. And whenever he wants to use his belt, because sometimes belts actually makes our dressing complete, he will be able to use it as well. So I will just go ahead to mark where I'm going to put the belt stripe. I won't be showing that because that is not the major reason for this video. Alright, so after that, then we'll go to the sewing machine and start attaching the waistband. Stay with me and don't go anywhere. Before we proceed to the next stage, let me quickly bring to your attention that because of the type of waistband we are trying to make, now we need to decide where we want the waistband, the extension of the waistband to stop. Okay, so I want mine to stop here, that is this side slit, around this side slit, okay, for both sides. Now for this one, the left hand side, we are going to first measure the waist, starting from the back to this place, to where it ends here. Okay, so according to what I have here now, this is 19.5. all right. So now we'll now continue from that place to this place that I want the waistband to stop, the extension to stop. So which gives me 28.5. Now if we subtract 19.5 from 28.5, that is like 9 inches, right? So let's count it: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I'm correct. So that's like 9 inches. Okay, so we take note of that. For this right hand waistband, the one that goes underneath, that is going to come out here. Now we also want it to stop at that side stitch area of this, the other part. So remember that I ironed out a crisp line for it too, like a gator line for this under flap. Okay, so now we also do the same thing here and measure from here, from the back to this point, that is 20.25. okay, so close the zip. All right, and then we continue 20.75. okay, down to that center line. It also gives us 28.5. all right, so that means the difference between this one and from the difference here now is about, it's not up to 8 inches, it's not up to 9 inches, I mean maybe about 8 inches or so. Okay, so let's count: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's 8.25. okay, so we take note of that too. Now we'll go to the sewing machine now, and then we will do the necessary things there. So let's go to the sewing machine. So you will, now we are on the sewing machine now. You will notice that I have opened the zip, right? No, now this is the left side. Okay, so I'm going to start attaching the waistband right from the beginning of this left side. I'm going to be using a sewing allowance of 0.5 inches. 0.5 inch. So I will stitch all the way to this line that is there, the line that I use the pressing iron to form. The line is there. So I'm going to stop exactly on that line. So I'll just chalk it out so that it will be clearer to avoid unnecessary mistake. Okay, so now that I'm there, I will just reinforce my stitch. Alright. Now, once that is done, remember what we measured the other time. We measured 9 inches, right, for this left side. So we are going to fold, we are going to take that 9 inches now. We measure that 9 inches starting from this place that we stopped sewing. So we measure 9 inches. I'll just add like half an inch because of the shaping I would like to do in front later. Okay. So wherever this 9 inches stop, you fold it there, and then I hope you can see what I did. Like I measured 9 inches to the front. Where the 9 inches stop, I fold the waistband there, and I brought it all the way back to this place that I stopped sewing. Okay, I'm going to continue my stitch there. Sorry, I have to do it carefully and be sure that I did the right thing. Alright, so with that settled now, so we can continue with what we were doing before. So I'll go ahead and attach this waistband all the way to the hem. So you can see what we have now. Like I have attached this waistband to the trouser down to the back here. So now we are going to repeat the same process for this other side. Okay, remember that the measurements we took for this other side the other time was 8.25. so let's use 8.5. all right, so this one is falling on the other part of, I don't know, like what I'm trying to say is that because of how it is now, I have to put the waistband down underneath instead of it being on top like the first one we did. Okay, but we're still going to get the same result. We just have to be careful and meticulous about it. The reason you might not need to do this, but you might not need to do it this way, but the reason why I had to turn it is because the marking on my machine is what I use to guide myself concerning the measurements. we're going to go ahead to stitch at 0.5. So this is the line we're working with. That is the gator line that we drew the other time. So once we get there, we have to stop. Okay, so we are here now. So I will have to reinforce, I will have to lock my stitch now. Okay. Then we can go ahead to measure the 8.5 inches that we want to take from here now. So this is 8.5. So fold it back, okay, just as we did for the first part. All right, so it's not laying flat now. Then we align it and continue from that spot, that place that we stopped initially. So you see that this part is a little bit tricky just because it's on the wrong side for us, okay? I know that majority of you already know all this. So now that that is done, we'll just continue with the stitch. I'll just stitch it to the end. I went ahead to do the other part too, like the way we did the first one. So as you can see, this is the right side and this is the left side. Okay, so now the next thing we are going to do is that we are going to cut this excess here off. We're going to do the same thing for the other side. Okay, this is where the whole thing gets interesting. Okay, so in order for us not to be confused, let me lay this on the table. Remember that we stitch from here, right? Starting from here. Okay, and then when we go to this place, we locked the stitch and made this 9 inches folding. Then we continue from here. So now what we're now going to do is that you see this place where this line that we ironed on the other time is, you fold the flap in there. Okay, just take this excess here and fold it in like this so that this place will come out. Okay, I know this place might want to confuse you. Let me explain again. All right, this is the flap for the zip, for the left hand, for the left side zipper. Okay, so this is the 9 inches that we left the other time. If you lift this 9 inches up, you will see this excess, this one that we attached it to initially before forming this 9 inches. So you are just going to fold that one inside like this, using the line that we already ironed out here before. Okay, so with that, this 9 inches will come forward like this. All right, okay, so now we don't have that 9 inches forward like this. We want to close this place, but because of the type of trouser we are trying to make, we have to slant it from here. Okay, we have to give it shape from this side because we want it to be slanting like that. Like this place will be straight. Okay, this place that will be up here will be straight, but this place will be a little bit slant. All right. So what we are going to do now is we ensure that we align it properly. Then instead of using 0.5, we are going to start with maybe like 0.75. okay, so we start with 0.75. then we stitch. So we'll continue for some time with that 0.75 and then we start slanting it back to 0.5 inches allowance. So I'm just trying to confirm that we are still on course. Okay. So I'm going to lock my stitch there and that's it. Alright. Now we have already, blocked this place now. So the next thing we are going to do is to try to block the other part. You understand? So now, in order to do that, we are going to we are going to move this to the back like this, and then so that this place can open up like this. Okay, so you can see this flap, and this place has opened up. So we'll take, you see this place is folded before, so we'll open this like this and move this 2 on 2 up like this. Okay, so you can see it now. Then we move this excess back to the front like this, and now we have this place aligning with this place. Please, I hope you can see what I did. So this crease line is going to align with this line here. Alright, so we open everything up and then we start stitching from here. So since this is the one that will be on top, it's not the one that will pass underneath the other one, so we don't need to slant the upper part. We only need to give the down part a little slant, and we have done that already. So this upper part, we are just going to stitch it straight. Okay, but before that, whether we want to give it shape here, we will first of all do that. So for me, I want to give it like V shape here. Now I'm getting to this line now, so I'm going to stitch on the line up to the end here. That is up to where it ends, where this upper flap ends here. Please, if you have not yet clicked on, if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, kindly do that. And if you have not yet left a like on this video already, it's not fair now. What are you still doing? Please, just smash and destroy that like button. Just smash it and destroy it. It's too stubborn. But please don't smash your phone screen. It will come around you. So now that that is done, you see, now we've already blocked the other part too. So I'm going to go ahead and cut some of this excess fabric off. Okay, please notice that I did not cut the two together. I'm only cutting this upper part first, like only one first. The other one I've not yet touched it. Okay. So you do this, then you come to this point, as in where this zipper is, around that side where the zipper is. Then you notch this second SS here. Okay, cut it here and cut out the SS of this other part too. Okay, so we can go ahead and cut out the shape that we made here too, like we cut out the SS for the shape that we made here too, so that it can be able to, the shape can come out well. Okay, so now that that is done, we can now attach our waistband. All right, so I'm going to attach the waistband from here, but before I continue, like, I don't want to take much of your time. This is what you need to know. Like the other part of the video, you can always know it later. So as it is now, we can come to this down part also and trim out the excess, so that we can have the shape we made before. So you can decide to shape yours a little bit more if you want. Okay, so what is now going to happen now is that we are now going to turn this one inside out. So I'm just going to use my scissors, turn it inside out. Okay, and then you ensure that you push out all the edges so that you can get that exact shape that you wanted. Okay, so as we can see, we've already gotten this long SS flap that we need, right? So we can measure it to confirm the length now. So you can see that it is 9 inches long. So what we need to do is to give it a proper ironing. Okay, as for this other parts of this thing, so we are not yet supposed to turn it inside out, right? I just want to show you, because before turning it inside out, you are supposed to attach your waistband, the ready-made waistband that we want to use. We are going to attach it all the way down. Okay, then we will repeat this same process for the other side. So once we repeat it for the other side, then we come to this place. Okay, you know, is that right hand side that is going to go underneath and come out here on the left hand side. Okay, so now since we want it to end here, like we want the flap and the waistband to end here, we are going to create, after attaching the waistband and closing the waist and finishing everything, we are going to create a buttonhole here. All right, it is, that buttonhole will be about 5 inches from the head here. You measure 5 inches from the head here, so that should be around the, or 4.5 inches anyhow. So you create the buttonhole there. Now it is from that buttonhole that other one is going to come out from, and then you put buttons here. This is where then buttonhole will also be on the edge. So let me just go ahead and do that other side too. There is a mistake I made, like, because I forgot that I wasn't using lining, so I already went ahead to stitch this thing now, so I had to lose it back. Now the mistake I made is that, since there's no lining, we have to finish this edge, right? So when you are actually attaching this upper part, like trying to close that upper part, you fold this place, you fold this one inside a little, okay, depending on how wide you want it to actually be. You fold it inside and then you stitch. So that is just the only thing that we forgot to do, that I forgot to tell you. So I have to come back and tell you so that you will be able to have a proper finishing. Okay. So now that that is done, we'll now go ahead and attach our waistband. Now this is my waistband. This is the waistband I want to use. So you are going to start. That is the reason why we did not start trimming this excess at the same level, so that that waistband can go inside. So the waistband is going to be attached to this down excess, this longer excess that we did not cut from the beginning here before. So you want to ensure that the waistband is not as wide as the total width of the waistband is like maybe 2 inches, and then remember that our this ready-made waistband is 2 inches, and remember that our actual waistband is also 2 inches. So if you don't leave enough allowance, if you don't leave enough space here, this waistband will not cover completely. So we have to leave enough space and ensure that at least the total will now give us 2.5. okay, so now we can start stitching. So I went ahead to attach the waistband, right? So after attaching the waistband now, we can now turn this one out. Okay, we can now bring this one out, right? So if you look at what we have now, you will see that, let me bring it to where you can see clearly. You will see that although we are not yet done, okay, I just want to show you the progress so far. So turning it inside out now, all we need to go and do now is that we are going to go to the ironing table. I'll go to the ironing table and iron this one flat so that the shape can come out properly, and then this folding, this one that we folded inside too, I will iron it out. Alright, so everything can relax properly. So I'm going to do that. I went to iron it and I'm back. So you can see it's already well ironed and it's giving us a nice shape now. And look at the other side too. That is the inside, okay, the wrong side. You can see that is giving us a good shape too. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the right hand side. Okay. So we're going to repeat the same process for the right. Alright, so for the right hand side, we will fold this flap, we'll fold it in on that line that we created. Sorry, my throat is, I don't know, it's dry, so alright. So now remember that this one is the one that is going to come out through the buttonhole. So we are going to give it a better shape than that first one. So instead of, we are also going to use 0.7 at the start, alright, and slant it to 0.5 again. Okay. Okay, so now that we've closed one end, alright, we are going to close the other end. So what we are going to do is that we are going to repeat the same process that we did for the first part. Okay, so we'll turn this to the other side, to the right side. Okay, and bring, this one was initially like this, so we'll bring it to the back like this and open these SSs that are here. We'll open it up like that. Okay, so now after opening it up like this, we will also go ahead to stitch from here all the way down to the end, here. Okay, but I will advise that you fold this one inwards, just like what we did for the left side. So you fold this SS here inwards, so that once we turn it, we will be able to get a good finishing. Okay, so the only thing we are going to do differently now is that, the other one we only shaped one part, but for this one we are also going to shape the upper part a little. Okay, so now I will first of all create my arrow shape. Since I want to shape this upper part too, I'm going to use like 0.75 as well to shape it the way I did the down part. So I will create my arrow shape at the head first. Then I will now go ahead to stitch to join these two parts, giving it another shape. Okay, please, I want you to understand that you can always adjust the shape if you see that the shape is not enough. You can always turn it inside out and correct the shape before you do the final finishing. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and cut out the SS now, but remember how we did the first one. We are going to first of all cut this short one, this one that is on top. Yeah, before going ahead to cut the down part, but that down part is not going to start at the same spot with this. Look for the spot where it aligns with this flap, and notch it in from there and cut. Personally, I think this is okay. I like it. It's okay. Alright, so For me, this is okay. If you feel that you want it to be tiny or slimmer than this, please you can go ahead. This is creativity when it comes to tailoring. One has to be creative and not stereotype. Okay, so the next thing we are going to do now is also to attach the waistband. So I have attached the waistband now, so I will go ahead and give this a proper ironing, then we'll continue. So the next thing we are going to do now is to start closing the waist. All right, so we are going to start from the back. We will align the back and take the measurement of the waist of the customer. Okay, the measurement for this person's waist is 37. 37 divided by 2 would give us 18.5. All right, so measuring now, this is 19.25 and I need 18.5, so I'm taking 0.75 from this. Alright, so we align this waistband at the back. Make sure you align it properly so that one part will not be coming down. Well, in short, align it properly so that you will have a perfect job. Okay, so I'll go ahead to align mine now. So I joined the back of the waist, all right, the back of the trouser, right, but I did not stitch to the edge here. I just stopped maybe a quarter way to the end of the line. Okay, so I will do the rest later. Now let's go back to what we are trying to do. Okay, so now I'll go and iron this place open like this so that it will lay flat. So now that we have ironed it open like this, so we can now start closing our waistband. So I will start from the front here. All right, we have closed the waist now. All right, so the next thing we are going to do is that, you see this one that is still open here, we are going to stitch it down. And how we are going to do that is that we are going to do it from the front. Okay, so we are going to run a stitch close to this zip here. The stitch is going to hold this flap down on the wrong side too. Okay, so let me go ahead and do that now. So the next, after holding that place down now, so the next thing we are going to do is to also stitch this place down. Okay, you know the normal process for trouser now, we are done already now. So we just have to form this curve that used to be here and stitch straight up and stop, and we'll stop at this point just where the waistband starts. Okay, so I'll go ahead and do that now. So let's bring this tutorial to a close. Now you can see that we have already done all the necessary things. This is the art. I don't know, you might not be able to see this thing clearly because it's black on black, but you shall get the process. I think majority of us know the process for trouser making. The major thing that you needed to know was this now. Okay, so now this trouser, I have not yet finished making it. The only thing that has finished here now is the waistband. Even that waistband, I still need to complete this my belt stripe that I'm trying to attach. Okay, so now you see this spot, there is going to be a buttonhole here, all right, and for this other side too there will be a buttonhole here. If you want to use this hook, okay, you have to attach that on the waistband. Okay, but because this one I'm using button, so I did not take you through that process for the hook. All right, so now if you put buttonhole here, then you are going to attach, you are going to put button on the appropriate part on this trouser. For example, now let me turn this to the right side. Okay, by turning it to the right side now, this is what we have. We have this one going underneath, and we have this one coming on top. All right, so just as we calculated, this is ending here, so the button is going to be here. You put one button here, and you put one button a little further in, so that in case the person wants it to grip his waist tighter, so you put one other button here. You can put 2 or 3 buttons, all right, so that the person can be able to adjust it as he likes. Now for this other one that is going inside, that is going to come out around here, so you measure like 5 inches. You see, you measure like 5 inches from this flap here, from the end of this flap here, you measure 5 inches or 4.5 anyhow. So once you measure, you chalk. So this is where you are going to put your buttonhole. Allow the buttonhole to be a little bit big, all right, so that it can accommodate this easily. So you are going to put your buttonhole here, right, and there will be a buttonhole on this thing too here. So once you put the buttonhole here and you cut this place open, this one will enter and come out from here, and then it will also extend to this side, and you are going to put buttons here too that you are going to attach it to. So I will go ahead and finish this trouser, do the necessary thing, and then I will show you the final result. Thank you so much for staying with me throughout this tutorial. Please remember to subscribe so that you can help us on our way to 200 subscribers, and we can continue to build from there until we are big enough to start doing giveaways and teaching you complex aspects of tailoring. Thank you so much. Bye.